Oh, you're kidding me. Dang it. Alright. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Oh,
Hello.
hello. Sorry about
How
that.
are you? You're fine.
Let me get my earbuds connected here.
Okay.
Oh, don't do that. Hello, everyone. Okay, there we go. I left my earbuds in the truck, so I had to go get them.
Oh no. Oh no.
I said I can put them in a different bag. I won't forget. And then I did.
Oh God. Yeah, we love when that happens and you just think to yourself, I've got this. Do not got
Yeah,
this.
I almost never got this. And after last lesson, I was cleaning up and I brought all these blocks over from the indoor and I was like, oh, I don't want to like just have them all in the outdoor in case someone else wants to use them. So I was like, I'll take half of them back. I'll leave half here and I'll remember to bring them out with me next time. And then
Oh
I
no.
didn't. But when I went to
That's
get the
all right.
earbuds, I was like, I'll just grab another block too. So
There you go. No, that's
it's
perfect.
gonna
Hey,
be
Soph.
good. It's gonna be great.
Sophie's little forelock is just blowing into the wind right now and it's really comical because it's blowing right in front of me.
Gosh, that's so funny. It gets like smashed under her fly mask. I'm like, oh, what a good girl.
Oh, you have all your little buddies right there.
Oh, yes, it's a party.
Oh, yes.
All right, Mama. Oh, you poor thing. She is about to be wearing 3 different types of fly spray.
Oh,
It's
God.
probably still not going to help. You poor thing.
Dude, look at all of them. Like, their
It's
tails never
all.
stop moving.
And like,
Oh, dear.
straight up, these flies do not give a fuck.
Ew. But did they bite you too, or no?
And not really, which is kind
Hmm.
of surprising.
Yeah.
Poor girl. Here we go. I know. Come hither. Anyway, how was your weekend?
Oh, my God. How was my weekend? Fucking hot as hell.
Yes, dude. Oh my gosh. It was like
So hot.
100 degrees here.
Oh, wait, did it really reach 100 where you guys were?
Yeah, I think,
I
well,
think
I was
it,
down in Texas, but like, I think it hit 103 up here is what I saw.
oh,
I'm like,
absolutely not.
that's
Yeah.
just, you
No, yeah,
get
I
one or
think
the other.
Bozeman hit like I think it did hit 100, if not 99. Like it was right
Mm.
there. It was
Mm-hmm.
so fucking hot and so
Oh
fucking
my
miserable.
gosh.
Like I literally, okay, Larry has like endless energy,
Yeah.
and had to try a new bridle
Right
on
here.
him yesterday. And I was like, oh, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just throw a saddle on and like just do a little bit with him today since we leave for the show. Nope,
Uh-huh.
nope.
He said, I
He
think
was like
not.
so unmotivated. I was like, okay, fuck this. Never mind. I'm just taking your saddle off and we'll just take like a
Oh
quick shower
no.
today. It was so bad. It was so bad. But it was like Friday was pretty bad. Saturday got hot. Yesterday was the worst, and then today has been pretty hot too.
Oh my
And like
gosh.
but I mean, it's like unusual for Bozeman to really get that hot. Like, in
Yeah.
all the years I've been here, like it's been rare. Like, you'll get a couple days like in the 90s, but to have it
Right.
like hit almost 100 is like kind of unheard of in all seriousness.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
yeah.
Okay. Um,
What do we think about that saddle? We're still happy with it?
I really like it.
Okay, good,
I
good.
can't tell if I need, because sometimes I feel like I'm reaching a little bit, but
Okay,
I don't know. Well, the holes are, oh, these are my stirrups. I'm gonna put them up one today and just see what happens
okay.
now that we don't have the thigh block.
Yep,
Because there's still occasionally, I'm like, I feel like I'm reaching a little bit.
okay. Yeah, play with it like one hole shorter.
Hmm.
Because then I'm also wondering if that will help, like when you have the spur on,
Hmm.
that your leg can be quieter and it's not swinging so much, where you're kind of like influencing her unintentionally, if your leg is
Yeah,
swinging, right?
gotcha. So
so
patient.
you
You're
are
so
so.
patient. No.
She's like, what did you say?
She's like, excuse me? I'm gonna make you eat those words.
hmm Okay, so remind me, where is the schooling show down in that same spot that you already went to?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
the one over like right on the North Dakota Minnesota border by Fargo.
right. Okay. So, do you know, is it going to be a different judge this time?
It is. It's. I'll send it to you afterwards. It's like the barn where it's at. Their like head trainer and owner. It's her trainer from
Okay.
Florida. So there, she's like
Oh,
gold
shit.
medalist,
Okay.
work with Olympians, kind of shit.
Okay. So, are you
So
doing the
I have a
clinic then
feeling she'll
too?
be more. I would really like to. I have to see because usually I just leave work early on Friday, but this time I'm not going to be able to. So I'll have to see. And this one, it says like clinic day is Friday. So I'm going to
Oh,
have to
shit.
see if they would be willing to like do a lesson on probably like Sunday morning because that would be a lot for her to do the show and a clinic on Saturday.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
Um, okay, because I was kind of inclined to have you do training 3.
That's what I was thinking. Just like put it out there and see how we go.
Yeah. Because it's really not that much different. And I think the only thing that you add is okay, so the hardest thing that you guys are going to have is your canter trot transition on a diagonal. But we were playing with that
Right.
almost in our last lesson.
Mhm.
Um, and then you have the one loop serpentine, which is really not hard.
Mhm.
Uh, hmm. I think you could do this one. In fact,
Girl.
yeah, I think you can. The biggest thing that we should maybe then practice today is the canter trot transitions on the diagonal.
Okay. Sweet.
And that's only because like I think that's going to be the biggest thing for you guys is getting her balanced enough. A, being able to sit enough coming through the corner, but then B, balancing to come across the diagonal and then not fall into the trot as she's coming across, right?
Right. Yeah.
So that's going to be your biggest struggle. Now you only have, I believe it's one. Yeah, you only have one trot on the diagonal. The other one is at C.
Right.
So so you do like your canter circle at E and B, and then the biggest thing is now you're starting to hold it through the corners, right? It's not just doing
Right.
like picking it up, going down the long side, making a circle, and then trotting beforehand. So
Mhm.
that is where like you're probably going to want a little bit of that spur because you're going to have to really get her to stand up coming into and out of the corner where she doesn't
Right.
come out of the corner and break into the trot. That's going to be the
Right.
hardest movement for her, right? So,
Mhm.
because you don't have any trot lengthenings, you don't have any canter lengthenings, you can do a one loop serpentine. And I
Mhm.
will say, I just judged this test at
Oh yeah.
the 4-H dressage show on Friday that I spent
Uh-huh.
6 hours at.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
and I think I watched like 20 training 3 tests.
Jackie.
And not a single soul knew how to properly do the one loop diagonal. So,
Really?
yes. So if you're gonna
Interesting.
ride this test, I'm gonna be a fucking stickler about how you ride this one loop
Good.
serpentine,
Good.
okay? Like the whole point is that you show 2 changes of bend. Whatever
Uh-huh.
lead or like whatever direction you come out of the corner on, you show the horse bent and flex to the
I know,
right,
Mama.
a step of
Mhm.
straight across the center line. You genuinely show bend and flexion left on the main part of
Mhm.
the loop, a step of straight, and then changing the bend back to the right coming into your corner. And then vice versa for the left loop serpentine. Okay. So that would be my biggest sticking point with you is like if you go in and she says that you didn't show change of bend, I'm gonna drive out there
I'm in
and I'm gonna
trouble.
beat you with a stick. I'm gonna beat you with a fucking
Good.
stick. Okay? Like this is not happening. Like I literally,
Oh
I told
man.
my scribe, I said, I need a stamp for this right now. All it says is does not show clear change of bend, does not show clear
Yeah.
change of bend.
Oh
Whew,
my
it was
gosh.
exhausting. So, anywho, um, okay, so I do think it's very doable though. So I think today, I think let's warm up. Um, we still, okay, so we have 3 weeks to practice that, right?
Yeah. And I was
Because it's
thinking, should we
August
do like
1st, second?
tra August? Yes. It's like the very first weekend, which is the first and
Got it.
second.
Yeah, okay, okay, sorry. And then what were you saying?
Because I was thinking, like, should we do 2 and 3? 2 is like a warm up and to keep working that, and then like do 3, or do you think since like it's a new test, we do 3 once or 3 twice?
I would do 3 twice, honestly. I don't
Okay,
really think,
cool.
I mean, to me, I mean, yeah, you can always improve your score, but you were consistently
Yeah,
scoring mid
like you've done
60s,
it.
which is like proficient, right? So like a
Right.
70 and above is like you absolutely excel at that level and you are like more than capable of moving up.
Gotcha.
Mid 60s is like you have all of the
Got
pieces
it.
checked. You are
Hmm.
definitely proficient at this level and you are capable of moving to the next step. Anything below a
Okay.
60 is like, I'm not going to say it's below, like it's not insufficient, but
Yeah,
it's
like you
not
should spend a
like
little more
there's
time
improvement.
here.
Yeah, like you need to
Okay.
be scoring at least a 60. To me, at least like a 62.
Yeah,
Um, because like that's like mid 30s, right? So if you're like
gotcha.
for eventing, that's how I do it. So like upper
Uh-huh.
20s is like low 70s, okay?
Okay.
And then like mid 30s is like your 65, 66%, right? So
Hmm.
pretty consistently over the last 4 times that you've written that test, you've been scoring, I'm going to say mid to upper 60s in that test. Okay,
Yeah.
like even including the schooling show. I know like at the schooling
Hmm.
show, I think the second test was like
It's like a
high. I
69 something.
yeah,
Yeah.
and like if that's genuinely what she thought it was, like I don't disagree with that. But then you take the
Uh,
recognized show and you say
yeah.
like, okay, over the course of both days, you were like pretty consistently mid 60s, right? So my thought is yes, you are definitely ready to like move up. Now, I don't want to jump to first level. I want you to
Yeah.
nail
No.
everything that's expected at the training level before we say, okay, now we're going to start adding trot and canter lengthenings and leg yields
Sweet. Uh-huh.
because I still think the canter and the balance and the downward transitions we have to finesse a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I think the goal should be that you go out and you do the training level 3 test twice,
Hmm.
and then after that happens, then maybe the next one that you go to, if there is, I think there's one more that you do, right? There's one more this
Yes.
summer. Okay.
I think at
So
least
then
one, if not two.
I think so too. I thought that maybe there was only one because that one in Billings is the same weekend that I'm coming. And so you weren't going to do that, but I could be
That's right. I
wrong.
can't remember if there was 3 or 4 at this place in Minnesota.
Okay.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter.
So
We can look at it later.
yeah, at the very least, like you get 2 more opportunities. And so to me, it's like, if you score pretty consistently at this test at the training level 3, then the next
Hmm.
schooling show you go to, I think you do a training 3 as kind of like your warm up test, and then you do like first one. And we
Okay.
just start to kind of like build from there. And then hopefully by
Sweet.
spring of next year, you're like solidly ready to come out at least first 2
Yeah.
for like a recognized show. That would be amazing.
Yeah, that would be super cool.
Okay. Because I think a little bit beyond that, like we talked about, is just going to be a little bit outside of Sophie's wheelhouse, not necessarily
Yeah.
yours.
Uh-huh.
But to go in and like confidently put together a test where you don't feel like you're kind of like either carrying her through it or struggling through it a little bit, I think that first
Hmm.
level is kind of where she like taps a little bit, just given her age
For
and like
sure.
where she's at in her life, you know?
Yeah.
Um, so, anywho, that's kind of my thought, but it would be great to be able to say, like, let's try to get, first 2 out of her next year. Okay.
Sweet. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you think she's ready, let's go ahead and put her to a little bit of trot here. And I want to keep the warm up section like light today. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want to come in and be like, okay, let's really work on the canter. So we're just going to get in and kind of get out. We're going to combine some of our lateral work with our warm up today. And then we're going to take a break and start to go to our canter move. Okay. So give yourself here, you're going to take like a couple circles left, feeling that you can now in your warm up start to say like, okay, when I put my left leg on and I open my right leg, I want like a very clear step off the inside leg, but without losing the push in the trot, right? So then there, now roll forward and add more. Come. And remind me, you don't have your whip, you just have your spur on, right?
Yep.
Okay. So when you do this and you push over, like start to ask here with the back of your calf. Good. And then if she ignores you, then that's when I want you to turn your toe out a little bit and put the spur in. Okay. Okay. Good. And then a nice 20-meter circle here left. Super. So now just ride the circle. And if you feel like she starts to drift in, then you're going to ask her to take that step off of the inside leg. There you go. Good. Good. And then now down the long side, ask for a couple steps of leg yield. Good. Now think here. If you put the leg on, yes, that she has to give you that answer. Good. Keep the haunches. Keep the haunches. Come. Come. Good, good, good. And then straighten her and press her a little forward there now. Put the leg on. Get the answer. Good. You're going to make a little 15-meter half circle back to the rail.
I lost you there for a second.
So now change directions to the right and start to push her off your right leg. I forgot it kind of cuts out at that end.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. So now push her off the right leg a little bit here. Good. And then I love your upper body and your hand position, but I want like a little bit more push from her. Can you feel how she's kind of just like, meh? Like even in this little bit longer frame, she's kind of just going around. Right now, if it's hot, I'm not going to totally harp on her. Okay. But start to think about like, okay, if I'm asking for a little bit more trot, I don't want to keep squeezing and nothing's happening. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just think like, even if she gives you a couple bigger steps, there you go. Yes. Good, Julia. Good. Yep, over here. Now kind of turn a little bit early, and then you're going to do your leg yield right, or excuse me, your leg yield left. So now really think about right hind coming under shoulders waiting. Right leg drops back. There. Now put your spur in a little bit. Yep, and then make a smaller circle here. Think that your right leg is going to drop back, and you're really going to push your haunches out. So think right hand comes up, not over the withers. There, and then now think, kind of get in, like you're going to go like bump, bump, bump with your right leg, and then leave it alone. There, so bump, bump, bump. There you go. Yeah, good. And then leave it. You feel how you kind of get the hind end to go, and you're just like, hey, yeah, there you go. Good. Now ask her to take a step over off the right leg again, but don't feel like you get in there as much with the leg. Just see if you can open your left knee a little bit. Right leg drops back and she moves over. Yes. Good girl.
Also.
Good. Good. And then you're going to go straight and you're going to do one more little leg yield.
Okay.
Good. So now in this leg yield, feel like you can press. Open. Yes, there's a better answer. Good job. Good. And then now close a little right leg and go bump, bump, bump off the right leg and then get out. Yes. There you go. Good. One more leg yield. Good. So turning here. Now I want you to think you're going to open left knee, drop your right leg back, and if the leg yield doesn't happen right away, then get in with that little, yes, there you go.
Good girl.
Good, and little bump,
better.
Bump, bump, bump. Yeah, good. Good, Julia. And then now just a little press forward, and then you're going to let her come to the walk for a second.
Good girl, Sophie.
Good. Yeah, nice walk.
Good
Good.
girl.
Let her catch your breath. So, does that feeling of using your spur there make sense? When you kind of just say,
Yes.
like, okay, so literally, you have like 2 or 3 steps to get in and fix the issue and leave it alone. Okay? If
Right.
you're
Uh-huh.
having to do more than that, then you need to pick up your whip a little bit and like tap off of the leg and be like, "Hello, I need some sort of reaction here." Because if she blows you off, then that is when you start to get a little bit naggy with your lower leg, unintentionally for the most part, because you're
Right.
just trying to like get an answer, but you end up nagging her more than not, right?
Yeah,
Well, that's probably also
definitely.
why she's like going a little
She's a little
slower.
sluggish.
Yeah, she's like, I really gotta fucking pee.
She's losing weight, which is frustrating. Like, I mean, she gets the muzzle off every single day. So, like, she's not starving, but she's dropped. Like, her hips are kind of sticking out, and she's definitely dropped some weight.
Did you worm her this spring?
Mm-hmm. It's been, I think I warmed her back in, like, March or
Yeah.
probably April, because it was so cold for so long.
You might ask your vet about doing another round.
Okay.
Do you know what you wormed her with? Was it like the ivermectin?
I think so.
Okay. The other thing that you could try, did we ever talk about the cool calories?
No.
Okay, so cool calories is like technically a supplement, but it's like a really high fat. And you don't have to feed that much of it, but it's like you could try that for like a month and see if that helps put it on. But it's not really
Okay.
high sugar food. So it doesn't give them like a lot of the side effects of like giving a high sugar for a horse that like is prone to some metabolic disorders. But it gives
Right.
you the calories that you would be supplementing with like a higher fat food and grain, basically.
Gotcha.
You could try that. How much weight would you say she's lost?
I I'm a terrible judge of but like I noticed I was like, oh, like I can see her ribs a little bit. Her sides are a little flat. I can kind of see her ribs.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ah, that kind of like, sometimes I can. She's been more in work. And then last week Paige was like, yeah, like she's dropped some weight, and I was looking like her hips are sticking out a little bit, and she's definitely just kind of like she's definitely dropped some looking at her. And with the flies being so bad and it randomly got so hot, Paige was like, maybe it's like a little heat stress, a little like stomping with the flies.
Right.
But
So are you still giving her grain? Like she still gets grain, right?
she gets like the littlest bit with it. I mean, it's
Okay.
probably like a cup or two.
And it's one time a day that she gets it.
Yep. I was thinking,
And
because we did that, because over the winter, the farrier was like, oh, it looks like her laminitis is flaring a little bit. Let's cut back the grain. So we did, and it helped. But then Paige was also like, in the winter, the laminitis will flare a little bit. So I was thinking her laminitis has been fine. The barrier said that she looks good the last cycle showing. So like maybe we up her grain a little bit to get her through the summer, and then we can cut it back in the winter again. But
yeah, I would maybe do that just because she's like also in higher intensity work right now. And like with it being so hot, like she is burning a lot of calories and she's a big horse. So if
Mhm.
are they like still doing, do they still have a round bale in their field
Yep.
or no? Okay. So she's on like free choice hay basically consistently.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You could definitely try to increase the feed a little bit. And then you could look at the cool calories and see if that might be something. But maybe just start by kind of going back to what her grain meal was
Okay.
before you cut her back, and then see if that helps a little bit before you add necessarily like a bunch of other stuff, you know?
Gotcha. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um, all right. So let's focus a little bit on the canter here.
Okay.
Okay. And are
And
those your
I've got
raised? Yeah.
these are raised walk, and then I put out 3 trot poles next to them just for
Excellent.
funsies.
Okay. That's beautiful. So if you feel like she's losing the momentum in the trot, I want you to come through
Mhm.
your trot poles. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. So
Okay.
there, now be a little bit more insistent, yeah, that she's round. And now think, okay, so remember when they said that there's a bit of that nose wagging, right? So I
Yeah.
want you to think that you're going to set your hands and like if she's leaning and bracing, you're going to counter bend for a little bit and really kind of put your leg into her and be like, yep, I'm not going to move. I'm not going to pull. I'm going to wiggle my ring fingers, but you have got to give. There, good. And then now just straighten her a little bit. Good. Take a little feel right rein. There you go. Yep, better. Good, Julia. Good. And then when you're ready, ask her to step to the trot.
Girl.
Good. There you go. Good. And then go ahead and just come through your trot poles as you come around. And after your trot poles, you're going to ask for a little leg yield right. Good. And then think open right knee. Push her over, over,
Girl.
over. Good. Yeah. Super.
Girl. Very good.
Good. And then you're going to make a little change of direction to the right. Think here, you play with a little haunches and left. Just make sure you've got her maneuverable. Take a little counter bend.
Good.
Oh, this Pivo is driving me nuts right now.
Oh no, does the camera keep spazzing?
Well, no, it's like it just won't let me track you. And then like the camera tracking just goes away,
Oh.
even if I don't click on it. I'm like, hello? Yeah. There you go. Okay. Good. And then you're going to circle back around and you're going to come back through your trot poles off of the right. Good. Think here, little haunches in, right. Left leg drops back, kind of push her around, control outside shoulder here. Good. There you go. Super. And then after your trot poles, you're going to ask for a little leg yield left. Good. Play a little right rein there. Keep her soft. Keep her soft. Yes. Good. And then now we'll push the right spur into her a little bit. Wiggle that right rein and say step up to it. There you go. Yeah. Wait it out. Wait it out. There you go. Good, Julia. And then now a little forward trot down the long side. Yes.
Hello.
Good. And then you're going to ask her to step to the right lead canter. Good. So think about position. There you go. Stick with it. Stick with it. Yep. There you go. So if you need to, then come over and pick up your whip. Because what I don't want you to do is start to like get too handsy and too leggy by trying to keep her together. Okay, and then just for a sec, I'm going to position you directly across from where your camera is pointing right now
Okay.
because the pivot is pissing me off and it's not letting me like
Gotcha.
stay tracked with you and I keep missing you.
Okay.
So just
No
let's do
problem.
like I want you to come onto a circle anyways over there, but I just want to
Yeah.
be able to like keep you in focus without trying to chase you around with my left pointer finger. And the
For
camera just
sure.
says, fuck you, not today. Okay. So now, like right there, you can start to kind of turn.
Okay.
Good. Yep. And I want you to think like now you're going to be a little bit rude. Like you're not going
Right.
to ask her to canter forever, but she's being like a little bit pushy. So like now give her a tap behind her leg. Close your fingers and be like, yep, wake up. There you go. Good. Now to start, you're going to pick up your right lead canter and you're going to make one big circle, the size circle that you just did. Okay.
Gotcha.
And then I want you to bring her back to the trot.
Okay.
So when she gets back to where closest to the camera, you're going to ask for your trot. But around the circle here, I really want you to think about lift and sit, lift and sit. Okay? Good. Okay, so now think about sitting tall. The circle's not going to get any smaller than this right now. I want you to think about lifting inside leg, squeezing outside rein. Now, as you pass your trot poles and you're preparing for your downward transition, you're going to give a couple little taps on your right with your whip in your right hand as you slow down the outside shoulder. Good. Yep, keep coming, keep coming. Yeah, better. Okay, now do one more right lead canter. Come back and do your trot transition again. Good, now think about the downward here. Lift, lift. Yes, now half halt. Put a big half halt in. Like, sit her on her butt.
Good.
Yeah, there you go. Good, good. Yeah. I'm actually okay with that because I don't want her pulling down on you, right?
Yeah.
Good, and then right lead canter. Good. Now you're going to bring this size circle into like a slightly smaller circle. Bring it in by like 3 meters all the way around. Now really think about your right hand coming up and you're almost going to put your right spur into her side and say lift and stay over. Yes. Good, Julia. There you go. Now plan your downward. Slow the ring fingers, and then you're going to go balance into the trot. Yes. Good. And then push her off the inside leg. Back to your big circle. Good. And then one more right lead canter, and you're going to bring her into your 20-meter circle. Good. Okay, now start to look over your right shoulder. Good. Right leg thinks lift. Inside seat bone comes up.
Good.
Stand up and hold it. Yes. Good, Julia. And then now move it straight and ask her to come back to the TROT. Good. Good. And then you're going to make a change of directions to the left. Think big half halt where you sit her back and then you soften. Good. Good. And then change to the left. Yep. Good. Okay. So now to the left, I want you to practice a little bit of a half halt here. So ask her to sit for a couple steps in the trot. So lift inside leg and really think like bend the elbow and ask her to sit on the hind end. Working the ring fingers, say wait, wait, wait. Good. Good, Julia. Good. And then you're going to soften and go to left lead canter.
Good girl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now keep it here. Think bigger circle. And as you pass the camera, you're going to bring her back to the TROT. Good. Now start to think. Same idea that you did in the trot. Sit, sit, sit. Land hind end, land hind end.
Good
Yes,
girl. Yeah.
good. Yeah, super. Good. Now put your
Good
big half vault
girl.
on. There, good. And then now just soften the elbow and back to the left lead canter.
Good girl.
Good.
Good
Okay, now you're
girl.
going to bring her into that smaller circle. So looking over left shoulder, stay tall left hand side of your body, lift inside leg. There you go. Yep, keep coming. Keep coming. Yes. Good. Ride. And then now plan for your downward. So really think lift, lift. Good. Put the half vault on. And then can't. Yes, that was a great upward transition. Really good.
Girl.
Okay, now think you're going to put your left toe into her a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep. Good. And then now think
So,
easy.
see?
Yeah, get back to it right away. So now you're kind of mad. You're like, I don't care. Okay, now think here. As you squeeze your outside rein, I want you to like tap behind your leg. Like you're not taking no for an answer anymore. Sit, sit. Yes, there you go. That's the frame. Yeah. That's fine. Try one more time. We'll give her a little break after this.
Here we
Okay,
go.
you got it. Good. Now think hold it here. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and drop.
Good girl.
Yes, good. And then half
Good
vault.
girl.
Good. And then let her come to the walk. Good, patter.
Good
So
job.
this is where you can feel that in coming across the diagonal to hold the left lead canter, you're really gonna you're gonna have to kind of ride the piss out of it. And for the first couple tests, you're probably gonna feel that like the what word am I looking for? The quality of the downward transition is not going to be exactly where you want it. And that's just because like she's gonna fall coming across the diagonal, right? So your option is kind of like if you pull too hard, she's just gonna fall out of the canter because she can't hold it. And so that's where you have to start to think about like compress, 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 and you have to be so strong in your core and your leg and everything else right now to get her to like realize that she is capable of sitting onto the hind end and not falling out of the canter, which is like the hardest thing for her, especially in that left lead, because that right hind has to sit and push, sit and push, sit and push. So by starting on those bigger circles and then you bring her into a little bit smaller where it's the size of the circle, is helping her sit onto the hind end already a little bit. That helps you a little bit with the downward, but you just like right now you just gotta like ride the piss out of that left lead canter. Okay.
Yeah.
So okay, before we go faster than a walk, let's talk about what the pattern is going to be. Okay. So we're going to run basically lengthwise from the camera side towards the cornfields. Okay. That's the length of your arena, not the actual length of this whole ring. Okay. We're going to use the width of this ring as the length of your dressage court. Okay. So, what you're going to do is you're going to pick up left lead canter. You're going to make a 20-meter circle in what would be the middle of your ring.
Okay.
Then you're going to carry on through the short end, which is by the corn or whatever crop that is. I think it's corn.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you're going to come across the diagonal towards the house with your trot transition at X. Okay. Or like in the middle of your arena length, basically. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So then you're going to pick up right lead canter in the corner after what would be A. Like I'm at A. Okay. You're going to pick up that right lead canter. You're going to make your 20-meter circle in the middle of your ring and you're going to trot at C.
Okay.
That's the movement in the training 3 test. Okay. Yep. Not that whole sequence, but that's where your transitions happen basically. Okay.
Gotcha.
So transition into the left lead is going to be after A, the circle in the middle, come across your diagonal, trot at X, canter after A, closest to me, circle in the middle, trot at C. Okay, ready to try it?
Oh, yes.
You got it. You
I
see what I'm
had
saying?
everything going to the right, and my brain was like, that doesn't make any sense. But no, I get it. So we'll canter here, circle here, go around, trot, canter,
Yes.
circle.
Yes.
Okay, super.
Yep. You totally got it.
We're firing on all cylinders.
It's all right, girl. So start to think like where the preparations have to happen. Like you can't come motorcycle leaning into your corners in the canter, or she's gonna fall right out of the canter. There's no way she's gonna be able to hold it. So the canter has to be controlled enough, but with enough jump in the hind end that you can make the half halt happen. Okay. So the challenging part is you're going to have to ride a little bit forward on the circles and coming down your straight line. But as you come across your diagonal and as you finish your circle in your right lead, you've got to be really coming in with that inside leg and saying like, keep the jump, keep the jump, keep the jump. Yeah. And be strong through your core. So strong. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. Yep. So be patient there. Yeah. Think about the lateral stuff or the lateral works so she doesn't get a lateral walk. Yes. There you go. Yeah, good. Now make like a nice circle before you pick up the left lead, yeah? Because we want it to be a good trot. Okay.
Here we go, Sophie.
That's better. Now think about where your transition's going to happen. That left hand isn't crossing. If you need to put your spur in off of that left foot, that's when you're going to do it. Get after.
Horse.
Yes, get after. Yes. Okay, so bring her back to the trot and do that transition again. Because now you're kind of saying like, yeah, look, Felicia, we're not playing this game. You know what I want. You're blowing me off. Sorry if you're hot and tired. If we get in, then we're done. But if you don't, then this is going to be harder than it needs to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So now think here. Really push her off that left leg. Like tap right now. Be like, come on, Mare. There. There you go. Now
no.
Yeah.
Stop it.
She gets sassy about it. Think little step of leg yield. Now not from your whip, but think put your left heel into her a little bit and over. Yes. Good. Now down your long side. Good. Now think about your circle. Low left hand. Looking around the turn. Good. Now keep her coming through. Think about what you have to do now. That. Good. Now finish your pattern. Come across your diagonal.
Horse.
We're just going to keep schooling it. Yeah, now get mad. Good. Now come down your long side towards me and like put your heels into her and like machine gun kick a little bit. Yep. Oh, come on.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Okay, so do this. Change directions to the right. Oh, Pivo, you are making me so mad today. Okay, now turn right and pick up right lead canter. And like, go now. I don't care what the transition looks like, but get the right lead. Yes. Good. Now bring her back to the trot. Go back through your trot pulse. Turn left and pick up left lead. Good. Now you're going to think press her off left here. And go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Yes, there you go. Go, go. Good. And then bring her back to the trot. Yep. And then, hold on. I lost you for a second.
No, you're good.
Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right. There, right lead. Okay, now, ride your right lead. Take a breath. There you go. Good. And then come back to the trot.
Girl.
Good. Good. Okay, pat her and let her walk just for a second. Yep. Take a walk break.
Good job.
There you go. Okay, so she's being really obstinate about the left lead today. She has not been this bad about it in a minute. Okay. It's not the end of the world. You're not going to the show this weekend.
Right.
Is it still super fucking hot there right now?
It's like 90s today, and the flies, and she's had
So she's
almost a week off.
She's a little agitated. Okay, so we're not gonna totally harp on the issue, but you had to get the left lead, Kinner. Like, you had to get the left lead.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say, today, I'm not sitting here and being like, okay, she's not capable of doing the training 3 test. Okay, for sure. I think it's still in there. We just have to basically say, okay, we're going to try this again. And, today is just not the day to push it. So, here's what I think we should do. I think we got the left lead. I think we're going to leave it alone because there's no sense in, really upsetting the apple cart right now. Okay?
Right.
I think let's finish with a little bit of a nice stretchy trot here and see if we can get her to relax and let her body go a little bit. Okay? Okay. So when you're ready, let's get her to the trot. Also because I might mildly kill Peebo today because it's just putting me over the edge. There we go. I push camera control and then it just automatically keeps going away and then I can't get to you again. I'm all right.
So weird.
We're all just having it moment today.
It's a group moment.
It is a group moment. So now just think about taking a couple of big deep breaths in the trot, right? You're not going to push for a big crazy stretch, but just feel that you can make a big figure 8. And every time you push her off a little bit on the inside leg, that you kind of wiggle the ring fingers a little bit and you can just ask her to come down a little bit with her pull. Her nose doesn't even have to come out that far. She just has to come down a little bit here. And then just keep working on it there. There you go. Yes. Good. And then now think here. Take a deep breath again. Little full circle to the left. You're really going to think about bringing her nose around to the left and pushing her off the left leg. And then as you straighten her out of it, you're going to soften a little down again. There you go.
There she goes. Good.
There you go.
Good.
Yep. Good, Julia. Yes, and then next time you cross your center line, change directions to the right with that same feel. So you feel this is where I will say you can take that left elbow or whatever your inside elbow is back. Really get her to stretch your neck out. And then when you bring it back, relax your hand forward a little bit and be yes, now go get this. And then the outside range just says, but don't run away from me, right? Just stretch the top of your body a little bit.
That's
There you go. Yes, good girl. Yeah, super. Good. And then bring that right elbow back a little bit. Press her off the right leg. Good. And then soften that right elbow. Good. I'm so annoyed. Hmm. Oh my God, there you are.
It might have
Can
been,
you
it
hear
said
me?
that it lost my, yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Hello?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, do you have me?
Yes, I can hear you perfect.
I literally texted you and I was like, Pivo has entirely shit the bed today.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what a
Oh my
day, what a
God, no.
day.
Okay, I know. Okay, so because I was watching a really lovely stretch happen and then the stretch disappeared to no fault of you, um, how did the stretch feel to the right?
It was good. We got
Okay,
the same feeling that we had in the left. She was low and she was taking it, and it was really good.
okay, good. So sometimes on days like today, you just have to say, like, what is the best thing that I can try to, like, salvage part of this ride on? Since, like, every horse
Yeah.
has their day, right? And like she made an effort. I'm not going to
Uh-huh.
say she didn't make an effort, but she was definitely
Yes.
opinionated about what section was happening and not happening today. So we
Yes.
say to ourselves, okay, how are we going to salvage and find the silver lining in this? Let's do something that
Yeah.
she's like confident at that feels good, right? Like we're going to back off from the
Yeah.
canter. She has a good trot. We've been working on the stretch. Let's encourage her that like this is a good opportunity for her to like let go a little bit, right? Just like let
Gotcha.
go.
Uh-huh.
So those and truthfully, I have had many a day with Larry on that section. Many a day where you just
Yeah.
say like, I mean, and honestly, even with checks, like early on too, it was just
Yeah.
like, this is
I'm
so fun,
sure.
stupid. Like I'm accomplishing nothing right now, right?
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. We
this
had
is the
about
never
two
ending
years
game
of
of
those kind
horses.
of rides,
Yes,
didn't we, Lisa?
100%. So I think that's where you just say like, okay, we're gonna finish on this, we're gonna leave it be, and we're gonna like end on
Mm-hmm.
something positive for her, right? That's what we have to
Yeah.
do. Um,
Yeah.
Now, I do still want the goal to be that you do training 3. I'm sorry. Now I am apparently dying
Yeah. Totally.
from something.
You're good.
Okay. So I want you to do training 3.
For
So
sure.
obviously we don't have tomorrow, but then I think the following week, and you just let me know as far as like what your volleyball
Mm-hmm.
schedule is, but we've definitely got the next 2 weeks to kind of like hammer it out. And at the very end of like the last week in July, if we get somewhere where we're like, this just is not coming together, then I think it would be better to say, do training 2 and training 3, but I feel confident that you can get the training 3 done. We just really have to like
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
out that canter transition from the left. And then just like keep working on the balance. The right lead canter transitions downward to trot were actually not half bad. Like there, she actually is able to like sit a little bit more.